here we are with the Pioneers. This is a community that I just sort of cheated into existence. I barely know who these people are. They've got some fun names though. Smash here. I like Smash. He's great. But this is only 6 characters. And you know what? What if I wanted to like, move into like a bigger base? There's a bunch of bases around here. What if I wanted to?
Yeah.
Okay, I've got 6 people. I can move into that one. But what does the container fort require? Container fort requires 8 people. I don't have 8 people, but I do have this really full legacy pool full of
What can you do?
characters. These are people that I know and love that I feel like I could make good use of. Well, if I go over to the radio menu, we've got this new option. Chris, what is this?
Yeah. So again, this was something that we knew we wanted to add into this feature list. Being able to leverage your legacy survivors while already in the game rather than just 3 at the very beginning and then you're done. So now you literally can build your dream team. No more getting stuck with 3 legacy survivors and that's it. You can pull in theoretically as many as you want.
Yeah, this was like an economic problem that we were dealing with because basically you could, if you got a full community, you could legacy 12 people at once, but you could
Yeah.
only ever pull out 3 people at a time. Now, if you're getting everyone killed and you're suffering a lot of community wipes, maybe that's balanced for you, but that doesn't tend to be the case for most of our long-term players. And so basically they ended up filling up their legacy pools really, really fast and having nowhere to put any of these people. And so now that's not the case. So now if you want to do what I call dream teaming, and like basically, start a team, start a community with 3 legacy survivors, and then just keep adding legacy survivors, bring all of your favorite people into the same community, you can totally do that. Or other stuff. There's all kinds of different reasons why you might want one of these people. Like
Yeah, someone did ask if you can recruit up to 9 or 12. Right now the limit is up to 9. But maybe that'll change. We'll see. But right now the best or the easiest way that we could communicate to players was 9 without like avoiding too many like mission issues.
Yeah, so that makes sense. So you can't get all the way up to 12 this way, but you can get pretty far. And so I'm going to grab Lupe here because she's into electronics, which means she might give me the ability to craft C4 and give me some some benefits at my radio. So I'm going to grab Lupe. And do I want to recruit her to my community? Yes, I want to recruit her. All right. So now I don't actually have to go in. This is not like a Red Talon character. We have to go out and talk to them and look at them and decide if we want to recruit them. Lupe is just right there. She's just joined my community. I can switch to her right now. And now I'm Lupe at the latrine, which is apparently where she needed to go when she first arrived. And so Lupe's brought with her all of the stuff that she had loaded up in her inventory the last time that I put her in the legacy pool. And she is just ready to go. Now, what if I think, actually, you know what? I love Lupe. She's great. In fact, I don't feel like I need John anymore. Maybe, maybe John has kind of outlived his usefulness here, but he's got some pretty valuable. He's an herbalist. I don't need an herbalist in this community, but I think I might need an herbalist later. So maybe rather than exiling John, I should look at that option I got down there, the little hold Y option. Maybe I should send him to the legacy pool. So this is a 2-way street.
Yeah. So this again was another thing that I felt like was a pretty important thing for us to do, and I'm really curious to see how the community uses it too, because this changes the game in a lot of different ways. At this point now, you could be playing one of your new 5 communities and then find someone that would make a lot of sense for a different community and then send them into the pool, then pull them out into a different save. So there's going to be a lot of interesting ways for people to leverage this, I think.
Yeah, one suggestion that I've heard from the team is that, if you've got an inventory item that you want to move from one community to another, you could put it in somebody's backpack and then send that character in the legacy pool and then pull them down again. And you can, like, for instance, move your Haven device from one community to another, if that's what you want to do. So you've got to send them in person. You can't just make them disappear. So you like send to legacy pool, boop, confirm, and now John's gonna take off. So he doesn't disappear immediately, but the moment I tell him to go, he's saved, right? So even if for some reason I just send him running straight into a Juggernaut, we just forget about that, pretend it didn't happen.
Even if the Juggernaut rips him in half right in front of you, he's technically still in your pool, so you don't have to worry.
He's not going to show up with the ripped in half trait
No,
or
no.
anything like that. So let's see. Okay, so I'm just. Oh yeah, so it's kind of funny that we actually had people asking about this exact feature while we were talking about when we were first introducing the improvements to the legacy pool.
Mhm.
Doom was like, "But can we recruit them into our forever community?" And so yes, you absolutely can. Magic Man 79 says, "I feel like I might faint."
And
Because
hopefully he's still here because we've revealed a couple other things, but we'll see.
yeah, so the thing that I mean, and we could probably talk about this in a later stream when I've got Joe
Mhm.
and Brant here. But Joe, Brant, and I have actually been like pushing for this feature for years, for literal
Yeah.
years. And also, I mean, people, I believe that this is pretty high on our wish list too. Like people in the community have been asking for this feature for years. And it just, I mean, and the thing is, I only have myself to blame. I get really frustrated about the fact we don't have this feature yet, but I only have myself to blame because I kept prioritizing things higher than this. So like people can totally hold me to account for this. But I'm so glad that your team finally did this because like, I mean, this is going to make a huge difference to me as a player. I don't know why everyone has decided to gather around up here in this tower, actually. They're all celebrating. We're going to have a big celebration up here in the church clock tower because we're all so excited for this feature.
I'd say it's a worthwhile reason to celebrate.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've got another feature to show, so let me climb safely down this ladder so that we can go and have a look at it. Oh, actually, one quick answer that we should give. Real quick, Chris, the cost that we've
Oh
got
yeah,
listed
that's
here,
right.
10 influence. We
Yeah,
should
so
probably say something about that.
that's definitely not the permanent cost. That is our cost internally when we mess around with the feature. But we're still, I think, narrowing down exactly what the cost is. But the tentative way we're looking at doing it is when there's going to be a cooldown to it, so you're not going to be able to spam it like back to back. I don't think the cooldown is going to be ridiculously long, but at least long enough where you can't like recruit 5 people in 5 minutes type of thing. But also we're looking at having it be a graduated cost. So every time you recruit somebody into your community, it costs a little bit more, and then we'll have some kind of ceiling so it doesn't get into like 50,000 influence or anything like that.
Some ridiculous amount you can't
Yeah.
even save up.
Right. Yeah. So that's what we're looking at. We don't have specific values, but whenever it comes out, we will. Yeah.